Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows is here to give Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans what they've wanted for a long time. A Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie starring Tyler Perry. I mean, that's what we all really wanted, right? I mean, hashtag Tyler Perry for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Man, that campaign really worked. Yeah, there was no campaign for that. In this film, the Turtles are feeling a little bit depressed because they want to go outside. They feel like, hey, why can't we be around everybody else? Oh, that's right, we're giant turtle monsters. That kind of sucks. And they feel as if they would like to be part of society because they've helped save many lives and they're not getting any credit for it. Will Arnett from the last film is now known as the Falcon by the public. He's receiving all credit for defeating Shredder, who now is actually played by a human. He's not a gigantic robot. And Shredder is amassing a giant army to once again take over the world and combine forces with the evil Krang. I grew up when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were the shit, and they're still popular today. I wasn't huge into all of the products and the merchandise and the shows and everything, but I do feel nostalgic about them and about that time period. Some of the games were fun. I used to play them with my friends a lot, but I was never a die-hard TMNT fan. So this is going to be a review coming from the perspective of somebody who appreciates the source material, but isn't like, oh, I get all the fan service, or oh, I have to have everything just right for me. I'm coming at this from a movie perspective. How was this film? The Turtles feel more like the Turtles I remember as a kid, and not so much the modern 2014 version that we got 2 years ago. They feel more like a team, and that's one of the biggest themes of this movie. Their brotherly love for each other, how they can become a team, how they can work as a team, and how they can get over their differences, which you would expect to see in a movie like this, to be honest. I mean, the first one was pretty much like that too. All of them trying to figure out how to become a team, and this one, they're also trying to figure out how to become a team, and I guess they're really having a hard time becoming a team still. As a film, this thing crumbles to the ground. I mean, almost every scene is an exposition scene. You guys know what that is, like an X-Men Apocalypse. The scene where Moira Taggart says, here's Apocalypse, you know, he has 4 horsemen, blah, blah, blah. That's the exposition scene. It tells us things we need to know that the filmmakers are having a hard time conveying to the audience without just saying, hey, this is what's happening right now, and you have to know this. Virtually every scene in this movie is like that. Megan Fox will call the Turtles, tell them information they need. Will Arnett will call somebody, tell them information they need. The Turtles look at their computer screens and say, oh my gosh, Krang's assembling his ship, he'll be ready in 5 minutes, and if we don't do this, this is going to happen, and if that happens, then this is going to happen. And it's like, okay, thanks, I appreciate the information. It's not hard to figure out. That's one of the things that I can't stand about this movie. It thinks its audience is so criminally dumb, and it treats its audience that way. Everything that you see happening on the screen is then repeated audibly just in case you were so dumb that you couldn't pick up on it, and I can't stand filmmaking like that. In this film, we get additions like Casey Jones, played by Stephen Amell, who is a likable actor and, from what I understand, a great guy, but he's pretty bad in this movie, and I feel like a lot of that is really the direction. His performance goes from very over the top to sometimes way too low brow, and he's really hard to balance actually as a character. He doesn't actually do much at all. He just kind of comes in and likes Megan Fox, who also doesn't do much in this movie except look extremely hot, as she usually does, and say some things to the Turtles. One definite positive of this movie for me is the Turtles themselves. They were much better than they were in the first film. They were less obnoxious, they were more fun, they were a lot more like a team, and they worked to be like a team in this movie, and you do kind of feel that. The film tries to have that message, but it just doesn't really care to explore it that much, and poor Laura Linney is just wandering around yelling at people in this film, and yeah, I don't really know actually what happened in this movie. Let's talk about Krang. A lot of people were excited that Krang was in this movie. He's a big blob who looks like a brain with tentacles, and he goes a lot, and that's really all Krang is. It's awful. I hated it. I'm being honest with you. I really hated Krang in this movie. He was just a big CGI blob attached to a robot. What do you know? Another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie that ends in the sky with a robot fight. Because yeah, Shredder, were you excited about Shredder? No spoilers, don't get excited about Shredder. Just don't. It's like they made him a person to please the fans who were angry about him being like a robot in the first movie, but they were still kind of testy about it. So they were like, we'll make Shredder a person, but he will do nothing. Strangely enough, though, my biggest complaint with this movie is that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles barely do anything ninja-worthy. They basically do a lot of parkour / free running, and that's it. They run really fast, jump over things, slide under things. I can't think of one memorable combat scene. How sad is that? I mean, I wanted some ninja action. Even if it's just going to be with the CGI turtles, they could have done something that a ninja might do besides parkour. And how do the turtles keep getting in the cargo bays of planes? I can barely wear jewelry through the security aisle at an airport. How do they keep getting in planes? I'm going to give Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows a D. If you were a fan, I don't know if you're going to be a fan of this. There's definitely fan service, but I don't really know if you'll actually appreciate it because the movie surrounding it is such shit. Guys, thank you so much, as always, for watching. I'm going to have my new office tour this weekend for you guys, of my new set. I'm excited to bring that to you guys. You're the best. If you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.